I well recall the case of a Jewish woman who had lost her faith. It began with a dream of mine in which a young girl, unknown to me, came to me as a patient. She outlined her case to me, and while she was talking, I thought, I don't understand her at all. I don't understand what it is all about. But suddenly, it occurred to me that she must have had an unusual father complex. That was the dream. For the next day, I had down in my appointment book for a consultation for 4 o'clock. A young woman appeared. She was Jewish, daughter of a wealthy banker, pretty, chic, and highly intelligent. She had already undergone an analysis, but the doctor required a transference to her and finally begged her not to come to him anymore, for if she did, it would mean the destruction of his marriage. The girl had been suffering for years from severe anxiety neurosis, which this experience naturally worsened. I began with an anamnesis, but could discover nothing special. She was well adapted, western-eyed Jewess, enlightened down to her bones. At first, I could not understand what her trouble was. Suddenly, my dream occurred to me, and I thought, good Lord, so this is the little girl of my dream. Since, however, I could detect not a trace of a father complex in her, I asked her, as I am in the habit of doing in such cases, about her grandfather. For a brief moment, she closed her eyes, and I realized at once that here lay the heart of the problem. I therefore asked her to tell me about this grandfather, and learned that he had been a rabbi and had belonged to a Jewish sect. Yes, she replied. It is said that he was a kind of saint and also possessed second sight, but that is all nonsense. There is no such thing. With that, I had concluded the anamnesis and understood the history of her neurosis. I explained to her, now, I'm going to tell you something that you may not be able to accept. Your grandfather was a Jewish saint. Your father became an apostate for the Jewish faith. He betrayed the secret and turned his back on God. And you have your neurosis because the fear of God has got into you. That struck her like a bolt of lightning. The following night, I had another dream. A reception was taking place in my house, and behold, this girl was there too. She came up to me and asked, "Haven't you gotten an umbrella? It's raining so hard." I actually found an umbrella, fumbled around with it to open it, and was on the point of giving it to her. But what happened instead? I handed it to her on my knees, as if she were a goddess. I told this dream to her, and in a week, the neurosis had vanished. The dream had showed me that she was not just a superficial little girl, but that beneath the surface were the makings of a saint. She had no mythological ideas, and therefore, the most essential feature of her nature could find no way to express itself.
Are you tired of hearing the word subscribe? Of course you are. What about the word comment? Tired of that one too? How about like and share? Don't like those either, huh? All right, well then this is kind of awkward.